So you know what? I don't know if you've seen my reaction video to the Giants Cowboys game, but I'm sick of these Giants. Okay, the Giants, no matter what, find a way to lose games. Okay, now, there's complementary football, right? The defense helps out the offense or by getting turnovers, or the offense helps the defense by having long drives, or special teams will run a big return to give good field position. The Giants play the opposite of that. They play uncomplimentary football, okay? It's like they go out and if the defense is playing well, the offense goes, don't worry, we'll make sure we fumble it or throw an interception or not score in the red zone. If the offense is scoring well, the defense goes, don't worry, we'll just let them throw all the way up and down the field. Okay? They play uncomplimentary football. And I'm telling you right now, we haven't had a fumble yet this season. We haven't had a special teams blunder. So you know that that's coming. We're going to lose a game because kickoff returner is going to fumble the ball, or punt returner is going to misplay a punt, or we're going to miss a field goal for a game-winning drive. Something, or we're just going to fumble it. Scatterboo is primed for a fumble. He likes to run hard, and he's a rookie. He's going to fumble it in the red zone or something. Okay? I'm just prepared for us to lose. Okay? We're not going to beat the Chiefs next week, and we're going to be 0-3 because this will be the get right game for the Chiefs, okay? Travis Kelce has one foot in the grave, and he's going to look like Travis Kelce in his prime. And here's the worst part about all of it. Even if the only player now left on the Chiefs that's good is Mahomes, that's still enough to beat the Giants. If the only player the Chiefs have is Mahomes next week and they can't play and nobody else is good, the Giants will still lose because they won't be able to stop just one player. Okay? The Giants have fostered a losing culture, and this is not the coaches. Okay? Yes, we should probably get new coaches in here at the end of the season just because we need change, and it's not going to get better with this regime, but it goes deeper than that. I've said this in some of my other videos. This organization, I don't know if it's the owners, if it's the nepotism, if it's playing in the New York area now, it goes deeper than just the coaching. Okay, again, I've said this in some other videos. Like, players leave here, they do great other places. Great players from other places come here, and they none of them play to their strengths, right? Like, we brought in Paulson Adebo and Holland for more turnovers. Have they neither one of them have gotten any turnovers. They were kind of close this week against the Cowboys, but neither one of them have gotten any turnovers yet, and that's what we brought them in for. Luckily, Russell Wilson hit the deep ball this week against the Cowboys. We brought him in for that. We saw basically no deep balls last week, and he was so inaccurate. We bring these guys in to play to certain strengths. The only one is what's his name? Brian Burns. We brought him in. He's been a pretty decent pickup. But we bring these guys in, and it doesn't work. And same thing with the draft. And it's not even the players we get, because I know they say, oh, Shane is bad and he's missed a lot, but there's lack of development here. All right, let's call a spade a spade. And I don't know if it's the coaches. I don't know if it's hard to play in the New York market, but there's a lack of development here because, again, we don't use players as complementary pieces, right? We're bringing in these guys. They got to save our team, right? Malik Neighbors got to save the offense. Abdul Carter now's got to save the defense. A few years ago, we drafted Deonte Banks. He's supposed to save the secondary. Like, you can't rely on rookies to be doing this. You need to have a cohesive scheme, That's one thing, like, and maybe it was because we had Eli Manning back in the day. I felt like with the Giants at a certain point in the, 2007 to 2012 year, we could lose players and not miss a beat. I mean, right after the first Super Bowl in 2007 that the Giants won with Eli Manning, Plaxico Burress shoots himself in the leg and is gone from the team. That was our number one receiver, and he was like one of the best receivers we had in the playoffs. Giants had like the best season after that. I mean, we didn't win, we didn't win in the playoffs, but they won a lot of games. We were able to survive that. Giants team today would never survive that. And I think it all started, like I said, with the Coughlin snub of Mara when he was being pushed out the door. But there's definitely a big problem here. And I'm sick of these, well, we looked better this week, because none of this carries over, okay? There have been times with Daniel Jones here where it's like, hey, we looked better, we put up 30 points. It's been few and far between, but we have done it. And the next game, we're right back to doing, what we were doing, scoring 10 points, 9 points, 11 points, whatever it is. And it wouldn't even matter anyway. Even if we continue on this offensive resurgence now, where it's like, hey, we could score 24 points a game, doesn't matter. The defense will give up 30, right? And if we scored if the defense held the other team to like 14 points, we'd score 7 or 3. It wouldn't matter. We find ways to lose, whether it's by penalty, whether it's by turnovers, whether, turnover on downs, missed field goals. It doesn't matter. It's almost like, again, we play reverse football, right? Most teams are supposed to be looking for ways to win games. Oh, how can we win games? Let's bring this kick returner in. He could be a weapon if it comes down to a special teams play at the end of the game, right? Or, for example, in Dallas's case, hey, let's get a kicker with a huge leg, because you never know when your team just can't get down there and you're going to have to kick one of those 60-plus field goals. That's what other teams do. We do the opposite. We go, let's find players that could help us lose games, right? Like, who did we pick up this past week? We picked up the guy from the Jets who fumbled the ball and basically lost the Jets the game. They went, why don't you come over here? We could use you on special teams to help us fumble the ball and lose a game, right? Last year it was, oh, my kicker is not really 100%. I'm not going to activate another kicker. Let's just go with him. He gets injured on the first kickoff, and then we have no kicker for the whole game. Yeah, that's a great way. I've never even heard of that. How do you lose a game like that? And same thing with this game. Russell Wilson, and it's not on Russell Wilson. I understand. He did everything he could. We wouldn't even been in that game if it wasn't for him. And it was the defense that, ultimately blew the game. But here's the thing. At the end of the game, you still have an opportunity to win. In overtime, the defense stopped the other team twice, the Cowboys. What, do you have Kerrygold butter on your hands? How did that thing come out of your hands? That set us back. And then you just throw up that ball to nobody for an interception. I mean, what is going on here? Again, Giants always find a way to lose, and they'll find a way to lose next week too, and the week after that. They may get lucky and win a game here or there. It'll totally be by accident, okay, because they have no idea how to win on purpose, okay? They're like the Three Stooges of football. Anything they do, it's going to be by accident, and that's why they can't have any consistency, and they can't win on a regular basis, because you can't do accidents regularly. That's why they're called accidents.